I got another one because I got to transition to the Philadelphia Eagles because of this one reason. They got blitzed by Tampa Bay the other day, on Sunday. Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts don't seem to be on the same page. I'm having a hard time holding Nick Sirianni completely accountable. I know that last season when he had lost both coordinators after they went to the Super Bowl and lost to Kansas City, that they got exposed a bit. This year, he brings in Kellen Moore as his offensive coordinator. You don't have A.J. Brown. You don't have Devontae Smith. You don't have Lane Johnson, okay? And I can't hold Jalen Hurts but so much accountable in that regard, but he's still turning the football over. Doesn't seem to be anything near what he was a couple of years ago. People are starting to lose faith in Jalen Hurts. Some would say faith in Sirianni. Where do you fall in that thinking?
I'm losing more faith in the coach than the quarterback.
Because?
I have seen the quarterback go through adversity and come out on the other side several times. A couple times in college, even early in his pro career before they gave him the big contract. I mean, they're just one throw and catch away from winning the Super Bowl. If they're able to complete one of those passes late in the game, are we still saying the same thing? The one thing that's been consistent in Philadelphia the last 2 years is Nick Sirianni and his inconsistency. He says something stupid every week. Man, you're paying guys millions and millions of dollars. He's talking about all the mistakes on the field are his fault. That's a lie. The coach is never supposed to lie to you. And when you come in the locker room and tell, oh, I'm dropping passes, I'm making mistakes, I'm missing blocks, I'm blowing coverages, and the coach is taking the blame for that, that's stupidity. That's lack of real leadership. And every week he has bulletin board material that if I'm the owner, if I'm the GM, Howie Roseman, then man, I'm cringing. And this is going to be one of the jobs that's available next season. I told you early in the season, Bill Belichick is going to have an opportunity to come back and coach. Right. And the Philadelphia Eagles, I do believe, will be looking for a new head coach after this season, given the abundance of talent that they have.
Right. Who would need Bill Belichick more, the Eagles or the Cowboys?
Man, stop with the Cowboys.
What do you mean stop with the Cowboys? They need it. They need it bad. They need Bill Belichick bad.
When they change their owner, then you can ask me that question. As long as they got Jerry Jones, and you know Jerry Jones is not fooling with Belichick, man. He's not going to fool with him, man.
He's in his 80s. Time's running out.
Steve, did you invite me on this show to tell you what to do?
Yeah.
Or did you invite me to collaborate with you?
I invited you to collaborate with me, man.
Okay, thank you. That's what Belichick is not doing that.
Belichick's not doing that. Well, what was stupider when you talk about Sirianni and what he's done? What's more stupid? Him doing what he did, taking all the blame when obviously it should be allocated to other individuals, or Baker Mayfield opening his damn mouth and talking about Tom Brady and how tight he had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and it's a looser environment because, I'm paraphrasing here. He basically talked about how Tom Brady weighed heavily on the team. I'm like, this is a 7-time Super Bowl champion who, by the way, delivered a championship to that organization you play for. What the hell was Baker Mayfield thinking, uttering those dumbass words out of his mouth?
Stephen A., man, I spent 16 years in this league. I lost 2 NFC championships. I never made it to the Super Bowl. A lot of the games I lost, Stephen A., I sat in my car in the parking lot and I cried. I hate losing. Man, I would have loved to have been miserable with Tom Brady for 1 year, man. I would have loved to have a dude, man, that at the end of the game, he going to make 3 or 4 throws that can't nobody else make. I would love to have a dude say, hey, man, if you run a little bit after practice. Hey, man, maybe if you eat a little bit different. Hey, man, maybe if we stay a little bit of this coverage. Hey, man, man, do you really want to win, Chris? Man, I wish I would have had that. Baker Mayfield sounds like a fool, man.
I couldn't believe he said it. I couldn't believe, especially since you playing for the same organization and you ain't been to an NFC championship game. You've been in the league for 7 years. You beat Pittsburgh in the playoffs once when you were with Cleveland. You beat the Eagles last year with Tampa. But you ain't never even been to a conference championship game. And you would say that about a 7-time Super Bowl champion. I thought Tom Brady was very appropriate when he ended it by saying, I thought that he's about winning championships. He said, this isn't daycare. You said, I want to have a good time. I'm taking my kids to Disney. We trying to win. I was like, I couldn't believe Baker Mayfield said that, bro. I really couldn't.
But your attitude will determine the arc of your career.
Yeah.
And there's a difference between Baker Mayfield and Tom Brady. And I'm talking about it's a huge difference between the two. How they wake up on a daily basis, even today, is very, very different. None but respect for the GOAT and Tom Brady, bro.
No doubt. Man, go ahead and enjoy Paris, man. I tell your wife I thank her for allowing you to have this time. You make sure you take care of her, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
All right, do what you got to do.
We're not popping for the Vikings yet, but we're going to put this on ice. On February, we're going to get back to it.
Last time I checked, you did play for the Eagles. It wasn't just the Vikings. I mean, damn.
Listen, man. The Eagles cut me. I ain't got no love for the Eagles, man. Okay, now it's different if somebody release you, then they bring you back and then make you wealthy, you know, like you did and everything.
Man, go ahead and enjoy Paris, man. I'll see you next week, bro. Enjoy Patty. One and only Chris Carter right here, man. That's how it goes with that boy. That boy crazy. That man crazy.